Guys, big breaking news coming out when it comes to nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Vladimir Putin Doomsday Radio singles out NATO state Latvia in sinister coded messages. Now, Putin's so called Doomsday Radio has spewed out more coded messages singling out the NATO state of Latvia as invasion fears grow for countries in the Baltic region. This is not looking good. I want to show you something really quick here, guys. So here's the codes that was released. Usually, the Doomsday Radio turns on whenever Trump and Putin speaks over the phone, and but this one here, this is like something new. All right, so we're gonna see what's going on with this one here. So once again, you have the enigmatic Russian UVB 76 radio, often linked to the dead hand nuclear doomsday system, resume broadcast. This time with rather strange new codes. Give me a second here. Let me just play this video.
Николай, Женя, Татьяна, Иван. Николай, Женя, Татьяна, Иван. 19 392. Павел, Ольга, Шура, Леонид, Еры, Иванград. 89 99 42 16. Николай, Женя, Татьяна, Иван. Николай, Женя, Татьяна, Иван. 19 392. Павел, Ольга, Шура, Леонид, Еры, Иванград. 89 99 42 16. Николай, Женя, Татьяна.
Alright, so you guys get the picture on this one here. So, once again, Doomsday Radio, once again, blasting today, November 17th. Alright, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. So once again, Vladimir Doomsday Radio singles out NATO state Latvia in sinister coded messages. So let's see what's going on here, guys. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull up this information. Here we go. All right, so Russia's Doomsday Radio has singled out a NATO state in what could be seen as a threat to the alliance in a fresh burst of coded messages. Now it says here, one of the messages broadcast by Putin's mysterious radio station simply read Latvia, the allied state which shares a 170-mile border with Russia. Latvia, along with its neighbors Estonia and Lithuania, are all seen as vulnerable to Russian invasion. Can Latvia be the one of the first member of the alliance to be invaded? A lot of people talking about Poland, and that's going to be my next video. Poland, you have a top general is sounding the alarm that seems like Russia is preparing some kind of a imminent invasion. It says here, if Russia were to invade, NATO Article 5 will be triggered. Yep, that would be bad. That would be really bad. Will be triggered and likely World War III. Now, the Cold War relic station has been on air for half a century and usually just transmits buzzing sounds, leading to its nickname, the Buzzer. Imagine you going after an ant, right? You step on the ant hill, then the ants is gonna send a signal, hey, we at war. So all these red ants is just gonna go after you, man, and that's a big mistake. Um, but we are definitely seeing nation against nation building up, tensions rising. But there are times that it crackles into life and begins transmitting coded messages, often at times of high tensions in the world. Today, at least 7 coded messages were heard, one of which was Latvia. Today's messages were, I'm going to skip their names there. The message, which was the 6th message broadcast on Monday, was caught on recording. All right, so again, you have all these codes here. And you have these numbers here. But the one that caught a lot of people's attention, Latvia. That is a country, and that is a member of NATO. Shortwave radio messages are believed to be broadcast by Russian strategic forces networks, which are linked to Vladimir nuclear strike capability. The exact purposes of the messages thought are not clear, sparking multiple theories. Now, other code words heard today included. I'm gonna skip the name. Hold on, give me a second here. So you got something that's kind of concerning. Last, all right. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. That's the final last. Then you have draw. All right. So I don't know what these other name means, but leave comments down below, guys. What are your thoughts on this? Might be some foreign country names. All right, so Bolonski translate to Bologna, but it was the Latvia message that triggered a whole host of speculation online. And I do believe it's a military code. That's what it is. If Russia wants to, they could just deactivate that. But again, I do believe it's a military code every time they turn on that doomsday radio. Can Latvia be erased from maps? Has it started? Well, it says last, and it says draw, and it said Latvia. Can this be a draw war? Can Latvia be the last one? I mean, can it be NATO be evaporated and Latvia be the last one standing, and it's a draw? It could be anything, guys. It could be anything. Leave comments down below. What do you think it is? So there'll soon be another SVO war, only this time in the Baltics. One speculated, while another said Latvia consultation on NATO Article 5. So there have been so many messages today. Even I am worried about the Latvians or Latvians now. The threat to the NATO states came days after the doomsday radio, the doomsday station went quiet, apparently after a drone strike on a power station used to supply its electricity. I'm surprised that the Ukrainian has not struck that facility, the radio station area. In October, the station sprung to life with another series of coded messages. The latest messages were believed to be potentially related to the Grom 2025 or Thunder 2025 missile drills that were expected. The codes issued in October said, I'm going to skip all those names there. So a third coded messages today stated, I'm going to skip that. The meaning of this is a person who replaces the parents of the groom or the bride in a folk wedding ceremony. All right. So, what are your thoughts on this, guys? What are your thoughts? Leave comments down below. But once again, we are seeing another doomsday radio being activated. Someone said Latvia. A lot of people's questioning Latvia. So, I mean, there's a possibility it may be nothing. Let me go back on X and see if I can pull up some more updates about this one here, guys. Um, yeah, I'm not seeing. Give me a second here. I'm seeing something here. This is going to be off topic, but there's some kind of agreement going on here between Emmanuel Macron and Zelensky. Zelensky and Macron signed a strategic agreement aimed at strengthening Ukraine. I want to bring this one up. Let's see what's going on with this news. The announcement came during Zelensky's visit to Paris for talks with Emmanuel. French officials confirmed the figure, but did not clarify whether deliveries will come from existing stocks or new production. So this was happening today at the same time you had the Russian doomsday radio blasting. Zelensky framed the accord as a historic upgrade to Ukraine's aviation and air defense architecture. The two leaders signed a letter of intent at the Via Kolblai air base in front of a Rafale. Now it says here French and Ukrainian officials have discussed for weeks how to expand support for Kiev's air defenses amid political and budgetary uncertainty in Paris. Two people familiar with the talk said that the Rafale package forms part of a 10-year strategic aviation plan contributing to Ukraine's goal of building a 250 aircraft fleet. Man, alongside incoming US F-16s and Sweden's Gripen fighters. Some jets may come directly from French stocks, while most will be delivered over several years, the sources said. Financing remains unresolved. That's a lot of stuff they're going to be giving to him. That's a lot of stuff. Zelensky and Macron signs a strategic agreement. A lot of stuff. Macron pledged last month to provide additional Mirage jets beyond the initial 6 already promised. Now, France also committed a new batch of Aster 30 missiles for Ukraine's SAMP/T air defense system. All right, so we're going to skip a lot of this stuff here, but you guys get the picture. They're going to be sending a lot of stuff to Ukraine. France and Britain continue to promote a coalition of about 30 states willing to deploy troops or assist in Ukraine or along its western borders once a peace agreement is reached. Okay. Aiming to anchor long-term military and economic support. Russia said that they're not going to agree to that. They're not going to allow foreign troops or NATO troops or whoever peacekeepers to be stationed in Ukraine. Wow. All right, so this is one of the latest breaking news here, guys. Once again, Crane, France, seal 100 jet deal amid the rising threats. All right, so I'm just gonna end it here, guys. This is all the information that's coming out, but they made a deal. At the same time, Russia Doomsday Radio started blasting Latvia and other coded messages. Thank you so much for watching, guys. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Faith and trust in Jesus Christ. For He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.